Sidney, every hockey game feels like it's unique. What makes this game on Thursday different and special for you?
Well, I think just having the opportunity to, to play best on best this whole event. It's been a long time, so have really enjoyed that opportunity. I think people have seen some great hockey. They've seen some intense games and guys that really care and appreciate the opportunity to play for their country. So I think with all that said, to have this opportunity to play in the finals, I think it's something that's special, and to build something in a short period of time with your group, you want to find a way to win.
At the end of practice, you and Connor McDavid were sharing a chat. What's it like being a leader with him on the team?
I don't know if I've really thought about it. I mean, I just look at it as a teammate and somebody that's obviously a really special player, and just being able to be on the ice with someone like him, try to learn, try to see what makes him successful, but at the same time get to know him. That's something that's unique to playing things like this. You build. You build as the time goes on, but I think it's just something that you really appreciate. Especially having been in different situations, played on different teams. It's just something unique.
So, what do you think that the game tomorrow means to the country?
I would say a lot. I think we're a pretty hockey proud country. I think that people have a lot of pride, and hopefully. We're a team that's represented that well to this point, and hopefully we can go out there and find a way to win it for them.
Sidney, can you compare this final to, for example, Vancouver Olympic Final 2010, for example?
Yeah, I'm getting that question a lot. I don't really compare. I mean, it's tough to really do that. I've said it before. It's an opportunity. It's something that we've worked hard to be in this position and get ourselves in this position. So, I'm grateful for the opportunity, and but as far as comparing it, that's difficult, I think.
The tournament seems to have taken on a life of its own, certainly in the U.S. Do you think it's just the commitment of the players to this event, or it's simply the best on best for the first time in a decade?
I would say that has probably a lot to do with just the demand to see it. I think everyone's been, really excited to finally, have games like this, to see it up close. And I think it's been something probably even more than maybe what people expected as far as, the intensity and everything that's, that's been part of it. So. I would lean towards that more.
Connor's been really good early in games for you, Sid, and I just wonder what it means to have him on your guys' side heading into this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. You want to have great starts. He's somebody who's dangerous, every single shift, regardless of first period or third period or you name it. But, he's got that ability to raise his game, and, it's when you see him, early on flying around like that, he sets the tone for your team.
The skill that
You're still playing at an elite level, and Jack Hughes on Team USA said he grew up idolizing you. How special it is to share the stage with some people who grew up watching you.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, you can look at it a lot of different ways. Trying to think about that a whole lot. But I appreciate that. I think, all guys, regardless of your age, you have guys that, you watch and that you respect. And, I think that's something that's cool about the game. So, when I get on the ice, I don't think you think about that a whole lot. But, it basically just makes you feel like you're a little bit older. That's all.
Sid, earlier this week, Mike Sullivan talked about how you're an ultimate competitor and that you're going to do everything you can to try to win this game, and that he's also, as a coach, going to try to do everything he can to win this game for his side. What's your take on what Sully said?
Yeah, I believe him. Yeah, I mean, I think, he's obviously, really committed coach, cares a lot about, like I said, his group. So, from being around him for a long time and, get to know him. I think that's something that So yeah, I believe that he'll do everything that he can, and like he said, I'm going to do the same. So yeah, that's I think that's a fair statement.
The skill level of at this tournament is crazy high, and yet it seems as though putting pucks deep, dumping and chasing remains the winning play a lot of times. As you've seen over the years, the skill level go up. Can you talk about also the defensive schemes and the defensive side of the game that seems to be gotten more stingy as years went by?
Yeah, I think it's it just comes down to it's percentages sometimes, and if you have opportunities to make plays, you have to make them. And with the amount of skill that's here, you have guys that can turn a little bit of time or a little bit of space into something. And on the other side, if you don't have something, you can put yourself in a bad spot if you try to force it. So I think it's just understanding that. That's part of the game, regardless whether it's here or Stanley Cup playoffs or Tuesday night regular season game. That's hockey. So, but it tends to happen a little bit faster when you get to levels like this, I think.
Sid, you have many winners. Sid, you have many winners of the Stanley Cup in your room. What's the value having those guys when you're about to play a game where the stage is really, really high?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think that there's a sense of confidence there with having guys that have played in big games, and just knowing what you have to do to prepare, and being comfortable in whatever role it is that you got to go out there and do. So ultimately, you still have to go out there and do it, but I think it helps to have that.
One final question for Sid.
Solito, what's that dynamic on seeing him on the other end?
Yeah, it's a little different. I think it's always that first time is a little bit different, and I think we got right into that game pretty quickly with the way it started. So I think you get into the flow, and you get out there to try to win a hockey game. But I would say that first little bit's always a little different.